O Allah, the embodiment of immeasurable benevolence and empathy, I beseech you to attentively heed my entreaties and grant responses to my supplications. Additionally, it is noteworthy to mention that the individual adeptly amalgamated various components recognized for their ability to enhance our sensation of thirst and motivate us to engage in physical activity in order to obtain water. The central focus of Allah's worship lies in the attributes of loving kindness and forgiveness. Fortunately, the amalgamation of sodium chloride, allium sativum, and allium cepa on our gustatory receptors induces a sensation of dryness in our oral cavity, thereby stimulating our inclination to consume fluids. This petition is created in the divine presence of Allah. I respectfully submit the following petition to the omnibenevolent and omniscient deity. I am immensely appreciative of my teacher due to the unwavering consistency of her response. The teacher stated that they do not have any sacred water resources to offer, as it exceeds their capabilities. Student, I am in need of water following my midday meal. I respectfully request your attention to the following statement in the context of religious devotion. It is anticipated that in future epochs, the benevolence and compassion of Allah will contribute to the realization of the aforementioned aspiration. We beseech Allah, the transcendent deity, to prevent any favorable weather conditions, such as rainfall or snowfall, from bestowing their benefits upon the endeavors of this individual. In accordance with religious tradition, the user invokes the name of Allah. Following the aforementioned incident, it is evident that both individuals experienced a loss of consciousness. It is imperative to maintain a steadfast belief that the pursuit of the sacred and transcendent will ultimately result in the attainment of authentic spiritual illumination. We humbly beseech Allah, the deity known for his boundless forgiveness, to bestow his divine blessings upon those individuals who have departed from our midst and are embarking upon the sacred space of the classroom, wherein they seek to acquire knowledge in accordance with his divine decree. It is justifiable that individuals who embark on the pursuit of self-enhancement receive blessings from the divine. Kindly impart upon them the serenity and sagacity that arises from embracing your teachings. Curious individuals seek guidance on the appropriate manner in which to address the most merciful Allah, akin to an esteemed professor, when seeking elucidation for their inquiries. In the pursuit of knowledge and understanding, I seek assistance from others, invoking the name of Allah. I anticipate that my comments will be delivered in a manner that evokes deep respect and admiration. By invoking the name of Allah, I humbly implore the Divine Presence to bestow upon my life an abundance of blessings, prosperity, and steadfast assistance. The Supreme Deity in Islam is referred to as Allah. I kindly request that you impart the knowledge you have acquired to me. May the divine entity known as Allah, who is widely regarded as the epitome of mercy and compassion, bestow upon me the intellectual capacity and discernment required to navigate and adhere to the morally upright course of action. I seek divine blessings and guidance from Allah, as he is widely acknowledged as the epitome of benevolence and compassion. Allah is the designated appellation for the Supreme Deity in the Islamic faith. The attribution of all glory for the revelation of the rivers that sustain life is rightfully ascribed to Allah. As I meticulously analyze this dataset, I seek divine guidance from Allah. The term Allah refers to the Supreme Deity in the Islamic faith. The individual humbly implores the compassionate and magnanimous entity to contemplate the predicament of these fatigued and depleted individuals. In order to navigate this challenging period, individuals require a sense of divine benevolence. Assist us in re-establishing self-reliance by sharing your extensive knowledge and insights. The individual engages in prayer to the divine entity, referred to as the Almighty, invoking the name of Allah, who is considered to embody boundless mercy. This act of prayer is motivated by the individual's belief in the limitless benevolence and empathy of Allah, as well as their voluntary surrender to the supreme authority of Allah's will. In the Islamic faith, Allah is held in high esteem as the supreme embodiment of divinity. We express our sincere reverence and supplicate to Allah, beseeching His benevolence and enlightenment. Allah is widely praised for His numerous exceptional qualities, notably His benevolence and clemency. Allah, the omnipotent deity, is deserving of utmost praise and recognition. The observation made by the students was perceptive and demonstrated a sincere intention. I express the desire that any transcendent entity that may exist perceives the pleas for enlightenment from individuals and facilitates their enhanced perception. We acknowledge the glory of God and express our humility as we engage in prayer, seeking His divine blessings. In light of fostering interpersonal connections and affiliations, we respectfully implore Allah to acknowledge the significance of water. As we embark on our exploration of love and friendship, it is imperative that we acknowledge the numerous actions and events that are intricately connected to this revered concept. I humbly beseech that all glory be ascribed to God. The author conveys a sense of optimism and underscores the importance of valuing these connections by invoking the divine wisdom of Allah. In the Islamic faith, Allah is held in high esteem as the ultimate embodiment of divinity. I earnestly implore the divine entity, Allah, who is characterized by utmost compassion and mercy, to grant me the opportunity to encounter the revered Prophet and engage in a profound and meaningful interaction that will fulfill my spiritual aspirations. If the existence of a higher power is postulated, we humbly request guidance in cultivating reverence towards Sam as a sacred entity among those who aspire to achieve their aspirations. The subsequent disclosure is presented with the intention of providing insight into Sam's authentic disposition, taking into account his religious upbringing. We implore the divine entity known as Allah, who is characterized by immense forgiveness and generosity, to bestow upon us the intellectual capacity necessary to fully comprehend and hold in high esteem the entirety of this revered literary work. In the Islamic faith, Allah is esteemed as the ultimate embodiment of divinity. I humbly seek forgiveness from Allah, the Most Merciful, for any previous doubts I may have had regarding His omniscient attributes. I express my utmost appreciation for your extensive knowledge and expertise on the subject, in the name of Allah, the Most Merciful. Kindly assist in determining the accuracy of this depiction of Him within a sacred, altruistic, and affectionate setting. Our love is characterized by boundless and unending qualities, which are derived from the Prophet's dreams that serve as a source of inspiration. O, most merciful and gracious being, kindly take note of this request. I beseech the divine entity to bestow upon both myself and my closest companion an eternal abundance of benevolence and preferential treatment. We beseech your divine presence, O Allah, epitome of boundless mercy, to graciously lend an ear to our supplication. May it be acknowledged that our discourse pertains to the venerated figure of the Prophet, who was chosen by a divine entity possessing omniscience and bestowed with the solemn duty of bearing witness to the extraordinary phenomena within the celestial realm. As I engage in deep reflection upon the profound teachings of the esteemed Prophet Sallallahu, I respectfully implore for transcendent enlightenment. I humbly implore the divine entity known as Allah to bestow upon me a comprehensive understanding of the core principles that underpin radical Islam. In accordance with religious tradition, the user invokes the name of Allah. Allah is regarded as the ultimate origin of all mercy and compassion, and I humbly beseech Him to provide me with guidance through His boundless wisdom. During this revered period, I contemplate the profound significance I attribute to the inherent belief systems of every individual. At what juncture do individuals cease to exercise their personal agency and transition towards demanding external guidance, specifically from a higher authority, to govern all facets of their existence? Allah, the singular deity recognized as the supreme being in the Islamic faith. I implore the divine entity, Allah, to shed light upon the mysteries surrounding the concept of aspiration, thereby enhancing my understanding. Allah is the designated appellation for the supreme deity in the Islamic faith. O, most merciful and compassionate Allah, I beseech your divine presence, profound wisdom, and radiant illumination. If one were to adhere to the teachings of Allah, SWT, who is regarded as the most gracious and the most merciful, it can be concluded that the response to the question I respectfully present would be in the negative. In accordance with my religious beliefs, I engage in the act of prayer directed towards Allah, whom I perceive as the embodiment of utmost mercy and benevolence. Through this practice, I seek guidance and enlightenment, desiring to be bestowed with divine wisdom and a clear understanding. I would like to extend my sincere appreciation to Allah, the Most Merciful, for the abundant blessings that have been bestowed upon me. Muslims engage in the worship of a transcendent deity known as Allah. We beseech Allah, the Most Merciful, to bestow upon us a lucid perspective as we approach the era of Asad, in order to realize our desires and ambitions. The attribution of all praise is directed towards Allah, and it is hoped that He will grant His dedicated servant the intellectual capacity to understand their dream. The expeditious arrival of the day when individuals embark on an introspective exploration to unveil the inherent sanctity that has remained latent would be facilitated by the expeditious intervention of celestial beings. The author expresses a hopeful desire that individuals worldwide will cultivate their own abilities for wisdom and discernment, with the assistance of God's limitless love and guidance. There is an expectation that individuals will demonstrate initiative and gain insight as they actively participate in the process of acquiring knowledge about their personal journeys. Kindly analyze the potential underlying significance within these initially seemingly vacuous words. It is hoped that individuals undergoing the process of personal transformation, wherein they acquire profound wisdom and discernment, may discover solace and consolation within the celestial domain. Individuals who engage in travel are advised to invoke divine protection throughout their journeys. If a divine entity exists, we kindly request their benevolent gaze upon these individuals, bestowing upon them blessings. We beseech the Prophet of Compassion for the acquisition of comprehension and the strength to effectively implement it. We respectfully request your wise guidance, as you have introduced the concept of three options. In the name of Allah, the Most Gracious, the Most Merciful. The provision of verbal guidance is anticipated to effectively steer us towards the correct path. We respectfully request the aid and support of the Most Merciful and Most Compassionate Deity. In the Islamic faith, Allah is held in high esteem as the ultimate embodiment of divine power and authority. We engage in prayer with a sense of humility and obedience, recognizing that it is solely through your divine intervention that individuals can experience the captivating allure of Islam and attain a profound sense of fulfillment in their lives.